Hey everyone, we're going to be talking about this week's math game, Difference War. So, many of you are familiar with the classic card game War. This is just a slight variation on it. Really, the game stays the same, but it's showing how to then add a math component to it that is more than just the greater than, less than that's associated with the normal game of War. So, for this game, you're going to need a deck of cards. It could be a deck of traditional playing cards, or you could use literally just index cards with numbers on them from 1 to 10 or 1 to 15. You can make it harder by going higher. So, now we are going to play. I'm actually going to play with the face cards in here just to show how to, so I can show how to differentiate it and make it easier or harder depending on what your kid needs. So I'm going to shuffle my cards up. Classic start to the game War. I'm going to adjust this down so you can see, hopefully, maybe not. Sorry. So you can see, not seeing that well. Okay, let me, my game board here. Nope. Okay. Try this. There we go, a little bit better. Okay. So, now just like in the classic game War, got my two, I split the deck. One person has one side, the other person has the other half. So, this person flips theirs. They have a queen. This person flips theirs. They have a 5. As in the classic game, the queen beats the 5. The difference here is we're going to assign a number value. And so using the face cards does make it harder. So if this is kind of difficult, so for especially usually our kindergartners, then we probably want to take the face cards out before playing. But so for this one, the jack is going to be an 11, the queen is going to be 12. So we're going to take the difference of the two cards. So if I win these two cards, so I won, I had the queen, I would do 12, and I would take away the 5, and that would leave me with 7. So you could just write the equation if your kid already is memorizing them. If they're not working on memorizing them yet, you could write out the whole thing. You could do 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And take away 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll obviously slow the game down a lot. So you might not play as many rounds, but that is fine. Okay? And then everyone keeps track of their differences. Another way that's faster to be able to do the differences would be to have, I actually don't have anything, I guess I can use my bananagrams for this, but to just have anything on hand that will allow you to quickly, so I would take out 12, 1, 2, oh, you can't see those very well. So I have 1, 2, and now I spilled them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and then I would take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to show that difference. And I'm left with 7. So, and I think I actually miscounted, but that you get the idea. So that is how you could do it. Both are ways to make it a little bit easier. If your kid is working, can quickly subtract using their fingers, that's another option. Any number of ways to do it. You and your child. I'm happy to consult and let you know which was probably going to be the best for your kid, but it depends day to day, depends on the numbers you're getting. So use your best judgment. So then I get to keep the two cards that I won. I'll put these over here, and then we would do it again. Okay, this time I got a king, so remember that's 13. And this person got a queen, so that's 12. So I'd take the difference between 13 and 12, so 13 minus 12 equals 1. So another way, if that's too easy, if the way we're playing this game is still too easy, another way to make it even harder is to keep track of your net score. So, I was ahead by 7, now I'm ahead by 1 more. So my net score at this point is 8. I add up the differences, okay? So I'm at 8. So then we would go again. I flipped over an ace, so that is a 14, and they got a 3. Boy, I'm really winning this one. I should be playing for real. 14 minus 3 is 11, so I'd take my 11, add that to my 8, and now I have 19. Boy, I'm really killing it. Okay, so those are ways to keep track, and you could play until someone gets a certain score on their differences. So maybe you play to 100 if you're adding up the differences afterwards. So there's any number of ways to make this easier or harder. The way to make it easier would be to just do, you could even make it easier by just taking out the 5s. You could play with 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would be another way to make it easier. You could, so those would be 2, 3, 4s, and 5s there. You could also just take out the 9s, 10s, jacks, queens, kings, aces. So any number of options to make this game easier or harder. It is a fun way to make just a classic card game that most people know how to play. And take it and make it really valuable for math and come up with a fun way to do some math practice. So hopefully you guys can play some Difference War, and I will put some instructions on the website, as well as a sheet that you can print off if you'd like to keep track of your equations and to keep track of your total difference. So I hope everyone is doing well. I hope this is a fun game that you guys can pretty easily put together and play at home. So have a good one, everyone. Have a good weekend. That is your math assignment for the day. Hope everyone has fun. Stay safe, wash your hands, and have a good one. Bye, everyone.